Hello everyone. So today we are going to make a fun little Christmas card. And for starters, I just traced out the shape of the flap on the piece of paper that I wanted and then just glued that on. So that's really easy if you want to do that. And this is just the standard, is it A4 size? I'm not sure, but it fits the 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 size greeting cards in that. So here's our fun fold card. So cute. And it's a corner fold and it opens up like this, and there's variations that you can do. And I'll talk about those. And there's one variation, we can put a pocket here for a gift card. You can write sentiments, or you can cut out fussy cuts to put in here. You can use whatever papers you want. In this tutorial comes with a whole bunch of cute little toppers with Santas and candy canes and reindeer, and I'm trying to think what else. There's 3 different candy cane or Santas. There's poinsettias, just fun little Christmas graphics and different colored borders. There's some different little, like here's another one I'll be using on the card we'll make today. Just says, have a holly jolly Christmas. And then there's some smaller size with some phrases like a gift card for you. Some say Merry Christmas. And then some are the same images that are on the toppers. And then we've got fussy cuts that you can cut around and apply in there if you want. So there's all kinds of Christmas clip art and toppers and things that you can use in your cards and in other card making things that you might be doing, other Christmas crafts, other Christmas paper crafting. So very versatile. And we will talk about all the listing. The tutorial has all the sizes, the measurements, and the directions. And then I'll talk about all the sizes and directions in this video. And then below the video, I will link to the digital tutorial if you want that. And I will also put all the measurements below the video as well. So I will try to cover everything on how to make this. So we will refer back and forth to this probably. But for now, I'm just going to set that aside. So for starters, you need a piece of cardstock, whatever color you choose. And it is 7 inches by 8 1/4 inch. And then you will score over 3 inches and then rotate it once to the left and score at 3 inches. And that will give you your mark. So let's go ahead and fold these in and use whatever kind of bone folder you might have and just burnish those and press them down really firm. Same with this one. This is my bone folder from Stampin' Up, but I've also used the ones from the Dollar Tree all the time too. Now, here's where you need to be really careful. So after you get both of those lines burnished, then you're going to fold this top left corner, down, and this line will have to match up with this line, and this score line will have to match up with this line, and that's how you know you have it in the right spot. So right at that corner, right at this line, and right at this line. And when you have it in the right spot, then you're going to fold it. And I will lift it up close to the camera, just one moment. Okay, so here's your card. And here's your first score line, and then your second score line. And then this is where you fold it over, and that line matches up there, and this line matches up there. So then and mine moved a little bit, but it should be okay. And then what you're going to do is on that same line, turn it over and fold it backwards. Okay, so these will fold in like this. And if it overlaps a little bit, you just kind of have to shift it. Sometimes you have to kind of just re-burnish some of those lines. So the inside, so these two flaps don't overlap. You want them next to each other, but not overlapping, these and this. So you kind of just have to play with it and get it exactly where you want it. And then press all your edges and burnish again and make sure your folds are just exactly the way you want them. And mine wasn't exact, so I'm just kind of redoing it there. Okay, and that is your card. And eventually it will go on your, let's see, on a piece of cardstock that is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, just like I did on this one. So at the end, we'll put it on a piece of white cardstock. Okay, now we get to open it up, turn it over. And so here's where you need to be really particular in your cutting. If you have a pattern that goes up and down, then you need to be very careful. If it's a pattern that's just, say like random candy canes, it doesn't matter what way it goes, then you don't have to worry about this part. But since I'm using a pattern of ornaments that go up and down, then you have to be very, very careful how you place your paper. So this piece is 2 1/4 by 5 inches. And the 2 1/4 needs to be at the top and the long piece going this way. And you will glue this in this section here. And this is going to bend with our paper. So you can do it now or later. I'm just kind of doing it now as the glue is setting. Okay, so that's that piece. And then this piece will go up and down, just like my Santas have to go up and down. So those will go, as your card is closing, you want them up and down like that. So you will put it in this spot right there. I usually use a paper towel or napkin or something to press all my glue out to the edges and to the corners. Just seems to work better for me than my fingers. Okay, so we've got those on, and now the last one will have to go, and this one is, this one is 3 3/4 inches by 2 3/4 inches. And so this one is landscape. So the ornaments will be going up and down again. So this one will go like this. And like I said, if you have a pattern paper that just is random, it doesn't matter if it's going up and down, then that makes it a little easier. You don't have to worry about this part at all. So when you open it up, you can see this one's going up and down, and this one is up and down but upside down, and then this one is going sideways. But when it gets all the folds, oh, and this one we got to train on that fold. 2. Okay, so when you have your fold, then they're all going up and down like that. Okay, next we are going to, so you can use the same decorative paper or you can get a coordinating one, and I decided to get a coordinating one. And this is the topper I'm going to use. So you glue it onto this. Okay, so we've got that glued onto this, and now you need another piece of cardstock that is 3 inches by 4 inches. And you're going to glue this on top of that. And then you need a piece of white cardstock to go inside here for a place to stamp something on there if you want, or just to write your sentiment, your greeting. And this is, let me think here. I forgot to write this down. Oh, this is 3 3/4 inches by 5 inches. So let's go ahead and put this in now. And now we're going to put this topper on. So you want to lay it on top and in the center, both top and bottom. Just kind of eyeball it is what I do. And I can see I want it about there. So I'm going to put my finger right here. I know I want the glue in this area. So lay it back down. Make sure it's straight. And just press and burnish that down really well. And it's coming to life. And then you need to put glue all over the back of this. And then glue it on the center of this. And then just press down everywhere, of course. And there is your card. And then on the inside, you could put another one of these 2 3/4 by 2 3/4 pieces of decorative paper. And I'm doing the stripes to go along with that, to tie it all in together. You don't have to have different decorative papers, but if you have some coordinating fun ones, it looks fun to kind of mix it up. And I put the stripes that way, but I think I'm going to put the stripes this way. And then if you want, you can put a little sentiment here. That there's a whole bunch that comes with it. There's some sayings, there's some cute Christmas images. Or if you didn't want to do this, you could even put a clip art there. But I'm going to do this. Because I have an idea for a gift card pocket. So we'll make this one with a gift card. A little too much glue and it kind of come out. Gotta hurry and wipe that off. So there's the inside. And now we will make okay, I had to go get a little, so I'll just use my Sam's Club because I think they're the same size as gift cards. So I envisioned putting a little pocket right here. So what we're going to do is we have a piece of cardstock. You can do this in white or maybe a green or whatever color you'd want. And this is 2 3/4 inches by 2 1/4 inches. And then a decorative piece of paper to go on top, which is 2 1/2 inches by 2 inches. And what we're going to do with both of these pieces is we're going to cut it from the left corner, top corner, to the bottom right corner on both. And glue this on top. I can pick this up and then you just glue it in the center of this. And this is going to go right here. So what you want to do is you want to glue the left side and the bottom only. And also what you want to do, excuse me, is get a line of glue as close to the edge as you can, just a thin line. And line up the left sides here. Now, when you press down, press from the inside to the out edges. And then any excess glue will come out the edges. You don't want it going inside your pocket and blocking it. And then there is a spot for a gift card. And then when you close it up, it doesn't show. And then it just fits nicely into your envelope. Now, since there's lots of folds and layers of this, you have to, as you're pushing it into your envelope, you have to make sure they all go under those flaps. So it's a little tricky at first, but once you get it, that last one, then it just slides right in. And you can decorate the flap like I did on this one. So here is just the regular card. And I just put a fussy cut here. You could put it here. You could stamp sentiments. And then here is this one again. I think it turned out so cute. Opens up like that. And it's just so versatile. You could use, it doesn't have to be for Christmas. The listing in my Etsy shop does come with Christmas graphics, but you could use this for all kinds of seasons and holidays and birthdays and whatever you'd want to do with it. So that is it for that. So be sure and check out the links below this video, and I will have the measurements and the links. And Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and you have a whimsical day. Thanks so much.